Hey guys, I've got some information for you. If you own a early 2000 model Subaru WRX and even some other models, and you have a whining coming from your transmission area, it's more than likely this center diff, which seems to be a problem with these. I ended up just ordering a brand new one. Center diff assembly. It was about 500 bucks from Subaru. And switched it out, fixed my problem. I was getting a pretty good whine after driving it for a while. So I put it in. It got rid of all that noise. And I'm just curious as to why it wore out. Of course, this had 170,000 miles on it, so there's several reasons it could have worn out. Just use and I don't know, other things of the such, abusive driving, things like that. But so out of curiosity, I went ahead and once I got it out, for the fun of it, I took it apart by taking this. This is actually down inside here a little deeper, and this ring retains it, and it's kind of a spiral snap ring. You just kind of work it out, it comes out. So I have some theories as to why this thing quit, or why it was seizing up on me. It was getting hot enough, it was actually almost acting like a brake. So when I come to a stop, you could just feel it kind of. So I was getting pretty hesitant about driving it after that because I didn't want to burn up the transmission. But inside of this, there's a whole bunch of these. I guess they're friction plates. I don't know what else they would be. And they're supposed to line up together so you can get them in these grooves right here. And then the thing spins. And it differentiates the rear differential from the front differential when you're turning and things like that. That way, you know, you're not binding up, skipping a tire, what have you. And probably when you're going over bumps and things of that sort, you're going to have different speeds hit on different wheels, and so it gives some give so you don't break anything major. Forgive me, for some reason I have a summer cold. I have no idea why. Anyways, so this part was actually bound up and I couldn't move it until I pulled the clip and popped this dude loose. As soon as I did this thing started moving freely. All the orbital gears, or whatever these are called, pinion gears and stuff. And the thing looked really good from the outside, but yeah, it was bound up. I couldn't move it, and I could move the new one, so I knew something was wrong. What I think has happened is these seals fail. Because there's one here, and there's one right here. And I think they just get crispy and hard from the heat and the use after a while, and then gear oil starts bleeding inside of this friction pack. Because this, when I took it out, was just full of this nasty black tar looking stuff. Now you can kind of see it, how just black it is, which I assume is part of the friction plates. So when that stuff starts getting in there, and then the heat and the friction starts breaking these down, then all this stuff starts sticking together. And it builds up and just causes this to get really tight, and it won't rotate as easily. And it starts whining, and then more heat, more friction, and it's just compounding, making things worse. So if you want, I don't know if it's possible, but you might be able to take these out and clean this and replace these seals and put it back together and possibly resolve that issue with it whining. I don't know. I didn't try to fix this one because I'd already bought the other one and I didn't have the time to jack with it. Plus I didn't know what I was getting into until I took it apart. So yeah, it's expensive. Like I said, it's 500 bucks. Probably on eBay you can get a little bit less, but I got it at Subaru for about 500 and some odd dollars with tax and all. But that's what these dudes are made of, and they kind of, I mean, these don't spin easily, and I assume they're not supposed to spin easily, but I also assume they're not supposed to be full of this black goo because of possibly seal failure here. So it's a theory. I don't know for sure because they don't sell parts for inside of these. They only sell this thing as one unit. So if you're whining and you think you might want to try to save it, there's some videos out there on how to replace these center diffs, and really is a fairly simple process. It took me about 4 hours to get it out and get the new one in and everything sealed up, so it wasn't terrible. If you have a car lift, it makes things easier. So, yep. Just thought I'd give anybody who wants some information about this some information. So, have a good one.